here's 3 things that I do to protect the most valuable asset in my business. If we haven't met, my name is Jason Littrell. I'm a hospitality management consultant based here in New York City, and I help bars and restaurants scale using AI and automation. So there are 3 things that I do every day to make sure that I'm protecting my number one asset. Now, what is my number one asset? Well, I'm a small business. I'm the only employee. I am the most important asset for my business, and likely you are too. And so if you are, then you have yet to systematize your business and basically fire yourself, which is what my goal is, to fire myself from my company. The steps that I'm doing to do that are I am protecting myself. More importantly, I'm protecting my energy. So if you've ever gotten to the point where you're at the end of the day and you're just gassed out, you're just exhausted, you left it all in the field, there's nothing left. You want to have a little bit of gas left in the tank. But I prioritize my day based on when I have to make creative decisions, when I'm making things, or versus when I'm managing things. But just to narrow it down to three things, I make all my own food, and I protect my energy by making my own food, so that way I'm not eating garbage. So this starts in the grocery store. So people mostly eat like 5 or 8 different things. That's it. So we don't get, we're creatures of habit. We'll typically eat the most convenient thing. And so we go to the grocery store and we buy the most convenient thing. So those things that you buy at the grocery store are going to be the your fuel for the week. And so I like to keep that very clean as clean as possible. I've slowly weaned myself off of carbs, starch, and sugar. That's been probably the most important thing for protecting my energy, is just not eating carbs, starch, and sugar. And also later on, I stopped drinking caffeine. So I don't buy coffee, I don't buy bread, I don't buy bagels, I don't buy any of that stuff, because it just feels like a football in my stomach, and it's like an anchor dragging me down. So the next thing that I want to do is I like to do the hard things first. The hard things first because they require the most willpower, and you have the most willpower in the beginning of the day. And so literally when I wake up in the morning, one of the first things I do, like if I have the dogs, I take the dogs out. But after that, I lay out the mat and I do some sort of an exercise. It does not have to be an intense exercise. It doesn't have to be a lot of exercise. It's got to be some exercise. And what I've found is that the momentum of doing that one thing first carries me throughout the entire day. So for instance, I'm making this video right now as like the 7th or 8th thing that I did today. But I have this momentum and this energy going into it that is actually quite exciting. And so I do the hard things first because I do not have a lot of willpower. Your willpower will evaporate very, very quickly. Do not depend on your willpower, because what's going to end up happening is you're going to be like, oh shit, well, I'm getting old. That means I'm getting fat. I'm talking about me here, but it's like I'm getting old, I'm getting fat, and I should be working out, but I just worked a whole day and I'm tired and I'm going to go have a cheeseburger instead. So if you want to eliminate that entire conversation and then just get the hard things out first. And so I just make that very easy. This is all laid out in James Clear's book, Atomic Habits, but it's like you reduce and eliminate the friction between doing the thing that you want to do, even if it's hard. And so I literally lay out my yoga mat and I have a bottle of water and a towel and an iPad queued up to a 20-minute body weight workout. And that leads me into the next thing, which is typically some sort of a stretch video. And then the next thing after that is a guided meditation / hypnosis. That has been working like really well for me for the last 2 or 3 weeks. So do the hard things first is the number one easiest hack to protecting your asset. And then the third thing, if there's only 3, is to get as much sleep as possible. Like the discipline is like getting as much sleep as possible. I mean, there's no way around it. It's how your brain recharges. I don't have to tell you this. You know this. Get some sleep. It's like the return on investment. It's like the single highest return on investment in your cognitive load ability, like your ability to focus, to make good decisions, to be creative, and to be positive. And it just creates this flywheel of like positive things that happen. So the 3 most important things that I would do to protect the number one most important asset in your business is to buy good food at the grocery store and prepare it in bulk if you can. That'll save you a lot of time too. I have a fridge full of food that is ready to eat. And I don't have to prepare it, and I don't have to think about it, and I know it's good for me. I know it's within my thing. So that reduces a decision that I have to make. I don't have to think about what am I going to eat today. And this is another point. It's like Like you don't, when you make all these decisions in advance, then you don't have to make them anymore. And that relieves you of the burden of having to make all those decisions. And so like, you just like kind of skate through the day. You kind of skate through the day because you don't have to make all these decisions. So the 3 big things are: buy good food, do the hard things first, and get tons of sleep. All right, hopefully this is helpful. And if you need help implementing any of this kind of stuff for your business, please be sure and like, comment, subscribe, and email, text message. I'll see you later.